Bo Nix baked up an all-time fourth quarter. It kind of looks like Baker to me in those big moments. I'm just saying. And Baker's now the standard for me. Of like, yeah, just got that moxie in that fourth quarter. Like, all right, let's go. Indy and the Chargers. Colts keep rolling 38-24 over LA. Smalls.
The Colts are having the season we expected from the Bolts.
Well, good run.
Picks are fun. Colts offense is better.
Indiana, a football state. Who would have thought?
Oh, good one.
Good one.
Washington and Dallas. The Cowboys, 44. The Commanders, 22. Smalls.
George Pickens has changed this offense.
Dallas offense standing on GP now that CD is back on the field. See what I did there?
I like that.
Washington, do not rush Jaden back. He's your franchise. Let him get healthy. Smalls, you won, I think, yesterday? 27-23 Packers over the Cardinals. Smalls.
The Packers may go as far as Josh Jacobs can carry them.
Michael Parsons good at football. Confirmed.
Green
Very
Bay
good.
Masters in ugly wins. Majors in ugly Masters. Majors in ugly wins. Atlanta and San Fran. San Francisco 20, Atlanta 10.
A reminder, a healthy CMC is a dangerous thing.
Bijan, be gone.
I don't understand the Falcons. And finally, Philadelphia beats Minnesota 28-22. Smalls.
Jalen Hurts is picture perfect. He gets the Eagles back in the win column behind a perfect passer rating.
Eagles passing game puts the hurt on Vikings defense.
Back to normal. Back to normal. They're that good. Philadelphia. We are on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio. Let's talk about that game. As the Eagles and Vikings, that game has Philadelphia moving to 5-2 on the season. Minnesota's 3-3. 28-22. The Eagles beat the Vikings. Jalen Hurts with 3 touchdown passes. Both wide receivers got involved in a big way. Devontae Smith, 183 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown had 121 and 2 touchdowns. But the storyline of this game is that T.J. Hawkinson thought he got screwed on a touchdown catch late that potentially would have given Minnesota the victory here. Did he get screwed over on this, guys?
I mean, listen, when I initially saw it, I thought it was a touchdown. He controlled the ball through the initial impact of the ground, and then he lost control once he was on his back and the ball was on his stomach. It popped up, but the ball didn't look like it touched the ground in that moment. So I thought he made the catch. I thought it was a touchdown, but the ref said it wasn't a catch. They overturned it. They were on top of it. Even the replay ref that was on the broadcast explained it and initially thought it was an incomplete pass. So I guess there is some consistency in terms of how they understand the rule. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I thought it was a touchdown initially. I was hoping it was because I have him in fantasy.
Yeah.
I think the storyline, okay, Hawkinson can tell us he got screwed over, and the Vikings could feel screwed over today. Carson Wentz is their quarterback, so, fine as a backup. You're not going too far, as we learned, with Carson Wentz as your quarterback.
No.
To me, the storyline becomes Philadelphia. They had a rough stretch for them. Back to normal? Everything fine with the Eagles again? Everything good? Or no, we're not there yet.
Well, it feels like you're trending that way, right? When you have a disjointed offense and you're losing games, and then you come out in this game and the offense looks more cohesive, you're getting everybody involved. Jalen Hurts steps up, and he looks like the guy that we saw be the Super Bowl MVP in that game to ignite this offense, especially the passing game. You have to think that maybe they're rounding into form and finding their way. This is a team that I'm always going to give the benefit of the doubt to. I know 2 years ago they had this epic collapse, but I can't unsee what I saw last year. They know how to compartmentalize these issues that they may have lingering in their locker room, or at least you certainly hope that they can, like they did last year. But there's too much talent on this team for me to be that concerned about them.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do we think they're going to win games like this without a running game? Do we think that this is who the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be? Saquon Barkley hasn't had 100 yards rushing in any game this season.
Which is crazy.
And we knew he was going to take a step back because there's just no world in which he was going to rush for 2,000 again, right? He had 1,400 yards before first contact last year. I just didn't see a world where they could just run that back. But I thought the Eagles at their best, this group of players would be a team that would run the football first. That's not what they were yesterday. So I guess my question to you all, and this is not to say that they can't, but my question is, do we think that they're capable of replicating this type of performance week over week in the passing game?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes because of my belief in Jalen Hurts. But to piggyback on your point about the running game, I did not think that Saquon was going to have as good of a year this year as he did last year. Breaking news on that one, obviously. He had one of the greatest seasons ever. But I thought when they added all these running backs, other guys would be good. I thought we'd be talking about, wow, Will Shipley's good. Tank Bigsby, they got from the Jaguars in a trade earlier this season. A.J. Dillon's out, who they got from the Pack. Like, I thought they were just going to say, Saquon, you're not going to, almost NBA style, we're going to load manage Saquon, and then you're going to see all these other guys step up and be like, wow, you have a pretty good depth chart at that running back position. That just has not happened. And it goes back to probably the injuries and the defections across the offensive line. That this team needs to probably add more big pieces up front continuously to establish the running game. But you even asking that question is interesting to me because it means that you have some doubt, maybe, on a guy that you and I know, and Smalls, we've all been very supportive of in Jalen Hurts. Like, you're not comfortable. Are you not comfortable? Let me do it this way. Are you not comfortable with them handing the offense to Jalen and say, we don't have a running game? We don't have one. We need to be a pass-first team to win games.
No, I just don't believe that elite offenses are imbalanced in that way. I think you have to have
regardless of who the quarterback is.
Regardless of who the quarterback is. This is not an insult or a slight toward Jalen Hurts. I think he is more than capable. I said it before. I'll say it again. He's top 5 and he ain't 5. Mm-hmm. But I still think you have to have balance. You can't be a volume passing team and have 40 pass attempts every single game because opposing defenses are going to tee off on you. And at some point, in order to close out games, you got to be able to run the football. I'm pretty sure they wish they had a running game against the Denver Broncos a few weeks ago when they gave up 18-point lead. But they didn't. And so I guess that's the question that I have is, are we going to get the best version of the Philadelphia Eagles if they can't consistently move the football on the ground?
Coming up, everybody's trying to run off a 70-plus-year-old coach, but not the one you think. It's Unsportsmanlike, presented.
Has 12 games with multiple interceptions. That's the most of any quarterback in the league over that span. And he also owns the most games with 3 or more interceptions. So Tua, what y'all gonna do now?
Yeah, definitely not happy, not proud of where I'm at with my play, with how I've gone about things this year. I know I got to be a lot better, and I've been better for the Miami Dolphins years past, but this isn't years past. This is this year.
For as long as I coach for the Miami Dolphins in this organization, they'll get everything from me. You have a job, you do your job, and you do it to the best of your ability, and that's where my concern lies. I think it's offensive to all coaches, players, and the organization if I'm spending that precious time thinking about myself.
Things are just as bad with the Jets. Is the Justin Fields experiment over in New York? Coming off a historically bad effort last week in London, Fields was benched at halftime of the loss to Carolina Sunday after completing just 6 of 12 passes for 46 yards. Tyrod Taylor came on in relief, didn't help much. The Jets lost 13-2-6 to fall to 0-7.
We have a lot of work to do, and that speaks for itself. We all know that. But the only thing we can do is go back to work. It's the only thing we can do. Now, I understand the nature of the quarterback change. Listen, we needed a spark. At that time, I felt it was the right time to do it.
What does the process look like over the next few days to decide your quarterback against Cincinnati? Who's involved in that process?
Well, ultimately, I'll make the call. But there's a lot of conversation I got to have with myself, to see what can I do to make sure that we give us a chance to win.
Like I said, it's not my decision. I'm here to be the best teammate I can be. I'm here to be the best person I can be. So like I said, it's not up to me, of course. I wish things would have went a little bit different, not only for me but for this team. So